Another edition of post-race conversations. Brian, Timothy, Dale, 19 names, Nolen. Hello, Danny Peters. Here with you alongside my man, Michael Massie, my guy, Wyatt Watson, who was the star of the show, and everybody's favorite dog, Mr. Dalton Hopkins. Wyatt, I'm going to start with you. Truck Series race was electric, but even more fireworks happened after. Big fight, and you caught it all on camera.
Oh, I caught it all. Nick Sanchez versus Matt Crafton. Big veteran versus young rookie. It was due to an overtime restart right before they got to the white flag. Nick Sanchez and Matt Crafton came together, taking out Matt Crafton. Nick Sanchez finished 7th and is still in the hunt for the points. But afterwards, it was a freaking melee on the garage area. It was just incredible. Nick Sanchez was left with a bloody face, yelling out threats. I'm gonna get you at Homestead. It's just crazy. It was a crazy scene in the garage.
And then to top it all off, Dalton, we didn't even talk about the winner, a guy that's coming from the Xfinity Series, and Brett Moffett in a second front row motorsports car. One win, one start. He did it at Talladega. Could this resurrect his career from just going from a medium-sized Xfinity team to potentially a championship contending team in the Truck Series potentially next year?
Yeah, it just kind of goes to show that Brett Moffett, he really just belongs in the Truck Series. He's just good racing these trucks. First win for Ford at Talladega since the inaugural race here in 2006 in the Truck Series.
Stat corner.
Yeah, sure. Why not? One quick look at Racing Reference could give you that. But yeah, no, it just goes to show that 34 team, or the Front Row Motorsports team, those guys are the real deal when it comes to the Truck Series. I mean, Zane Smith had a pretty rough day today. He now finds himself, I want to say, 36 points below the cut line now. He's going to pretty much in a must-win situation for Homestead. But next year, I mean, I can't help but think that the front runner for that 38 car when Zane leaves, I'm looking at Brett Moffett. I mean, I don't really know who else you would pick at the moment. I'm sure there's some other candidates, but if I'm Bob Jenkins, I really like the look of that Brett guy who just won.
That Brett guy. Last but not least, Cup Series, no practice here at Talladega, but Mr. Michael Massie, we had 2 laps, and that was it. And the Fords, they were on top. Eric Amarola, his 3rd pole at a quote-unquote super speedway race. Surprised by the 10 car on the top?
A little bit. I mean, from the perspective of Fords being fast at super speedways, that's been kind of their bread and butter this year. We've seen them qualify well, race well there. But at the same time, it's only Eric Amarola's 6th career pole. The first time ever in his career he's had more than one pole in a season.
Like a Massie stat corner.
My stat corner. My little corner over here. But so, yeah, and Amarola is obviously one of his 3 career wins came at Talladega. Last time I was here, actually, when Stuart Haas was the class of the field. And yeah, until they all ran out of gas and he won.
True.
But 2018, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if he just won the thing from the pole. That would be a very standard, and what could be his last career pole and last career wins. But we'll see. He was very. What did he tell us in the media? He said, I don't know what I'm doing, and then he said well, I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm not ready to tell you, or basically
Something like that, yeah.
So, yeah, a very ho-hum Eric Amarola. But, yeah, look for the Fords, the Blue Ovals, 6 of the top 7 spots in qualifying. They're going to be tough to beat.
Which leads us to our race picks. I'm going to start with you, Michael Massie. Just going to go with just in a row, basically. Who you got win tomorrow?
Well, I'm backing what I just said about the Blue Ovals being fast, but not Amarola. I'm going with the guy who's won here several times, 6, I believe. Brad Keselowski is going to win this race.
Dalton's gone now. I think we know who Dalton was going to pick. Well, apparently we don't have Dalton, so Wyatt, I'll just go to you next. Who do you have winning at Talladega tomorrow?
Well, that Wonder Bread scheme looks
spicy.
It's too much to not say that Ryan Preece isn't going to win in that Wonder Bread stream. After flipping at Daytona, is NASCAR scripted? Because I'm smelling a win for Ryan Preece. Blue Ovals, like Michael said, are just going to be too tough. And Ryan Preece was running up front before that crazy wreck he was in Daytona. So I see Ryan Preece winning today, or tomorrow, I mean.
It's not going to be Brad Keselowski because he already picked him, but who are you picking, Mr. Dalton Hopkins? And please don't run away this time.
Massie totally blindsided me there and totally took my pick. I've been picking Brad Keselowski for, every super speedway race for like the last year and a half, but I really still think he's going to be the guy to beat. However, there's no doubt this race is a wild card race, and the blue ovals are very fast. I don't, however, believe it's going to be an SHR car. I think Massie made a good point in that if you're going to pick a blue oval, you better pick the fastest ones. And by God, if it's not going to be Brad Keselowski, it's going to be Chris Buescher. Winner at the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Those guys just know how to get it done at this racetrack, at these super speedway races all year long. And not to mention, he is on a high unlike any other right now. That 17 car is looking so strong. He's still my pick to win the championship. And I think tomorrow is going to solidify that even further.
I'm going to pick a guy that has his crew chief won the 2021 Daytona 500. He's had a struggle of a year. 48 car, Alex Bowman. Blake Harris had Michael McDowell win the Daytona 500. I think the 48 car goes to victory lane tomorrow. Last but not least, let's plug all of the great content that we had. Wyatt, where can people check out all of the videos and your sidebar?
Well, my sidebar is on Nick Sanchez and Matt Crafton's amazing fight. And my social, at Wyatt Game Time on Twitter, at Wyatt_Game_Watson on Instagram. Check out all the content. It's been a crazy day with everything going on today.
Dalton?
All right, elevator pitch. If you guys don't want to see bloody faces, I know you do. But if you don't, for some reason, check out the Zane Smith sidebar we put out there. Got a video interview with him regarding, just the deficit that he's in right now, going into Homestead, Miami, having to defend his championship. And of course, if you want to follow me at Pit Lane LT, we've got some neat little videos. Some neat videos.
Really neat, guys.
They're very neat. Jeepers, they are very neat.
Shout out Phil Alloway. Shout out.
We love you, Phil. They're very neat videos with Corey Roper and Nick Sanchez himself after he got out of the care center after the fight that we captured on video. And then, of course, Corey Roper, his involvement with that, trying to get Nick out of there, whatever this was, his grapple that he had going on with Nick.
Dude, that guy's buff, man. I didn't realize he was so buff.
He's way more in shape than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
Super nice.
No, God. We got to end this after that horrendous pun.
Anything?
No, if you want to, go!
Well, I did some interviews today. You can watch on YouTube. But the more important thing is to read my Fire on Fridays article from yesterday on Fire
that sure got people talking.
Motorsports. Yeah, it definitely did. Because they went from a team that took out a $6 million loan to all of a sudden buying over $40 million worth of assets recently. So read about how I think they might have come up with that money.
A small loan of $6 million.
Frontstretch.com, youtube.com/Frontstretch. For Dalton Hopkins, Wyatt Watson, Michael Massie. I am Brian Timothy Dale, 19 names Nolen. Shout out you, Danny Peters. Talk with you from Talladega tomorrow.
Hey everyone, Dalton Hopkins here with Frontstretch.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out one of the two videos next to me to see more of our racing content.